We're going to be covering one of the biggest feuds in YouTube history. Every video, every statement, all in one video. And to say Jimmy's response to all three of Dogpack's videos is anything but messy is an absolute understatement. But first, let's start at the very beginning of the feud, the allegations that blew it all out of proportion to begin with. The drama began when a former employee of MrBeast, Dogpack404, released a damning video titled, "I worked for MrBeast, he's a fraud." Dogpack makes a series of devastating allegations against Jimmy Donaldson. The video, which quickly blew up online, presents Dogpack's account of his brief stint working for one of the biggest names on YouTube, and it paints a picture of alleged deceit, unethical practices, and manipulation behind the scenes. One of his main claims is that MrBeast's videos are not as genuine as they appear. He alleges that much of what viewers see on screen, from the outcomes of challenges to the reactions of participants, is heavily scripted or even flat out faked.
Have you ever faked a video?
No. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, and that's your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker, it's just a guy.
For instance, Dogpack404 claims that MrBeast would often manipulate the results of challenges to favour certain participants or to create more dramatic outcomes.
Hey, it's the pilot guy.
Let's get it!
Wait, he's about to be the first one out? That's unlike him.
Even though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Oh, first person out gets a card. It just happened to be your friend Mac.
This, according to Dogpack, was done to maximise viewer engagement and ensure that the videos would go viral. Dogpack also accuses MrBeast of running illegal lotteries through his widely publicised giveaways.
2 minutes, newest order, gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries.
He asserts that not all winners received the prizes as advertised, and some giveaways were allegedly rigged from the start. According to Dogpack404, there were instances where the supposed winners were not chosen randomly, but were handpicked to fit a certain narrative or image that MrBeast wanted to project. Dogpack404 also describes an incredibly toxic work environment where employees were allegedly subjected to long hours, unreasonable demands, and intense pressure to deliver content that would meet MrBeast's high standards. He claims that many employees were overworked and underpaid, with little regard for any well-being. To think it couldn't get any worse, MrBeast's team, led by celebrity attorney Alex Spiro, quickly issued a cease and desist letter to Dogpack. The letter, which was leaked online, accuses Dogpack of making false and defamatory statements about MrBeast. It points out that Dogpack only worked at the company for a brief period, 3 weeks, before being let go due to what the letter describes as inappropriate conduct. The letter also suggests that Dogpack404 is attempting to capitalise on MrBeast's fame by spreading sensational and blatantly untrue claims. Regarding the accusations of rigged giveaways, MrBeast's team categorically denies these claims, stating that all giveaways are conducted fairly and transparently, with winners chosen at random. However, this kind of slapped MrBeast and his team back in the face, as trying to silence a creator with a cease and desist letter is seen by many quite the piss-poor way of handling a situation as major as this. Some of MrBeast's current employees have taken to social media to defend their boss. One employee, known online as Chucky, tweeted that Dogpack's video is nothing more than a baseless smear campaign. I quickly want to debunk some of the info in this video since the guy who made it was on my team. It was my decision to fire him for erratic behaviour. He worked at the company for less than a month and wasn't an employee for most of the videos he mentions to have knowledge on. He went on to state, "We do not fake giveaways. I have been hands-on with some of them and have personally been the person to connect winners with our accounting department to get paid. You also suggested we didn't spend $1 million on Samsung phones, and I can assure you we did. Another lie from you." Not one to back down, Dogpack responded to MrBeast's team by doubling down on his claims. Jimmy doesn't know more than like a dozen people. You expect people to believe this? How many people do his employees know? Who was the contestant in Train vs Pit? How about Lambo vs Shredder? How did Ava's cousin Justin get into the Chocolate Factory video? Or Della Vlogs? In a series of follow-up tweets and videos, He insists that everything he said is true and that he has evidence to back up his allegations. He challenges MrBeast to prove that his giveaways are fair and even threatens to release more damning information if MrBeast's team continues to slander him. Dogpack 404 also alleges that he is being contacted by other former employees who have had similar experiences but are afraid to speak out due to fear of retaliation. But when we all thought it couldn't get any worse for MrBeast, it did. Dogpack's second video, I Worked for MrBeast, He's a Sociopath, escalates his attack on MrBeast by reeling in even more damning allegations and evidence than in his first video. In this 30-minute expose, Dogpack focuses on what he describes as MrBeast's manipulative and psychologically abusive behaviour, particularly towards his employees and collaborators. The video presents a harrowing picture of MrBeast as a figure who is not just unethical, but emotionally cold and exploitative. One of the most explosive and heartbreaking claims in this video is that MrBeast allegedly uses psychological manipulation to control his team. Dogpack suggests that MrBeast exhibits traits consistent with sociopathy, including a lack of empathy and a tendency to view people as tools to be used for his own gain. Dogpack points to MrBeast's obsession with creating viral content at any cost, alleging that this often involves pushing his employees beyond their limits, both physically and mentally. This experience is projected through the eyes of another former employee, Jake Weddle, who participated in a solitary confinement challenge. Weddle claimed that he was forced to stay in a small, brightly lit room for 24 hours with constant noise, which left him sleep deprived and mentally distressed.
The lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there. I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me, saying, "This, we gotta stop." So I just wanted to turn the lights off.
Dogpack also accuses MrBeast of using extremely manipulative tactics to create drama and tension among his employees, fostering a cutthroat environment where people are pitted against each other. He claims that MrBeast intentionally sets up scenarios designed to humiliate or stress out his employees, all for the sake of entertainment. He further argues that MrBeast's intense focus on maintaining his brand and output leads to a relentless work pace that leaves employees exhausted and fearful of losing their jobs.
How are you feeling after a few days? Better. I still couldn't sleep even a few days out, but I almost have my sleep cycle back on track. Therapist who knows and cares about you. The whole thing was so fucked, and honestly, fuck them for not giving you the money. Meg and I are wishing you the best. I'm just happy to be out. I still can't walk well, but it hurts less. And like, I'm not famous enough to burn a bridge, so at the end of the day, I'm still Jimmy. Like, if I was Carl and he did that to me, I'd ruin him. The challenges really made it feel dehumanizing, felt like a parody of MrBeast. I felt like the homeless guy they could exploit.
In response, MrBeast's team has attempted to clap back at these allegations, pointing out that many of the situations described by Dogpack are either exaggerated or blatantly taken out of context. For example, the solitary confinement challenge was allegedly conducted under strict safety protocols, and participants were fully aware of what they were signing up for. MrBeast's team also noted that Jake Weddle's claims of long-term mental health issues are not supported by any documented evidence, and that Weddle had even expressed interest in participating in similar challenges after the event. But up until this point, MrBeast himself had never actually responded to anything revolving around these allegations. That was until this video released. Now guys, when I say be prepared, I mean be prepared. MrBeast's upcoming response to all these allegations is absolutely f***ed. The third video, titled MrBeasts Secret CEO, reveals what Dogpack claims to be a hidden and toxic culture within MrBeast's organisation. The video primarily focuses on the alleged misconduct of an individual exposed to be named LaKoya Hill, MrBeast's recently appointed as Chief Operating Officer, who has quite the, let's say, questionable past. Dogpack frames this video as a critical expose that uncovers the dark secrets of one of YouTube's most successful creators. Dogpack begins by alleging that LaKoya Hill, who had been with MrBeast's team since 2019, was involved in a serious incident of sexual misconduct before his promotion. According to Dogpack, Hill was accused of sexually assaulting his assistant, a claim that was reportedly known within the company, but was swept under the rug. Dogpack supports this allegation with what he claims are screenshots of internal communications and testimonies from former employees.
I asked them the same question, have you heard of any sexual misconduct at the company? And they say yes. I don't know how to spell their name, but LaKoya, something like that. He was brought in last year after having not worked there for a year or so at a very high level. The reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had sexually harassed someone that still worked at the company when he was brought back. Yes, LaKoya Hill. But they brought him back knowing he had harassed an employee previously.
These sources suggest that the decision to promote Hill was made despite the serious allegations against him. One of the most shocking parts of the video is Dogpack's assertion that MrBeast himself was fully aware of these allegations instead of acting on them, just completely ignored it. In addition to the allegations against Hill, Dogpack then brings up another case involving James Warren, a former MrBeast employee who was also allegedly involved in sexual misconduct. Dogpack claims that after the incident, the female employee involved was quietly given a severance package and left the company.
Once a male coworker asked me what I would do if Jimmy assaulted or harassed me. Many of the men I worked with would make assault and jokes on a daily basis. They would scream and hit walls when they got upset. The minute any woman leaves a room, they would talk about if/how they would her. I've heard men comment on female contestants' bodies many times.
But when we all thought it couldn't get worse for MrBeast, it actually got better. Dogpack's video got exposed for making untrue domestic violence allegations against James Warren, with Dogpack stating, "The 6 NC criminal court cases were not for DV. I still have some FOIA requests out, but an alleged current MrBeast employee reached out to me giving me their side of the story. I think this person is mistaken with a lot of details, but I do now believe the James Warren DV case that circulated the office was most likely the wrong James Warren. Of course, none of my sources knew that. I tried multiple times to get into touch with the person who allegedly made the charges before making my video and did not get a response. I should have waited on the FOIA requests before mentioning the DV charges allegations. However, I believe it was clear in my video that there were just allegations of charges. This isn't the kind of oopsie where you just give a half-hearted Twitter apology. 2.5 million people saw your baseless domestic violence accusation of an innocent man. You need to do a retraction video if you have any shred of moral integrity. But whether or not we'll see this video, who even knows? Anyway, going back to the video, Dogpack further claims a pattern of silencing victims and covering up inappropriate behaviour within the organisation. He emphasises that these actions were not isolated incidents, but part of a broader toxic culture that prioritises profit and content over the safety and dignity of employees. But Dogpack doesn't stop just there. He also accuses MrBeast's company of engaging in a systematic cover-up. He claims that evidence of these incidents has been deliberately erased and whistleblowers have been silenced through legal threats and non-disclosure agreements. In the video, Dogpack cites instances where internal documents and communications were allegedly deleted, and employees who spoke out were either fired or pressured into silence. Not only this, but MrBeast has also been actively deleting a lot of evidence revolving around the controversy, as well as deleting any comments on his channel speaking on the matter. But after all this backlash, this seemed to be the final straw for Jimmy, finally responding to everything. Except, this is where it actually ends. Yep, Jimmy never replied, not a single word. And it's honestly extremely disappointing. I, like many, looked up to MrBeast, yet like many, it's extremely hard to back this guy after all the controversy, especially seeming to be sweeping the current allegations under the rug. Even though this may be old news, we can still make a change. I encourage you guys to not give up, to not forget what happened, to not give Jimmy a free pass. We can see what he's doing, and he knows full well that he can most likely get away with what he's done if he just stays silent, and I urge you to not let this happen. Let's make a statement. Let's get him to respond, to tell his side of the story, to take accountability. Thank you all.